So I also want to discuss a little bit on a certain postural imbalance that we see a little bit more in the general population or the meathead population. So here at Crespi Performance, we deal with a lot of overhead athletes who kind of present with a very extended and depressed posture. And of course, that's going to affect how well they upperly rotate the shoulder blades, and it's going to affect how well they essentially get their arms above their head. But we see that a lot, even if your job isn't to throw a baseball or to hit a baseball. We do see that a lot in the general fitness population, because you got guys who are doing really heavy deadlifts all the time, and it's going to be pulling them down. You got guys doing a lot of heavy farmer carries, which are pulling them down. Not to mention, for the past 10 years, coaches and personal trainers like myself have cued people to be together and down all the time. So it's kind of like this reverse posturing that we're seeing a lot more nowadays in people who have a really gross extended posture and a depressed shoulder girdle. So, and we can see how, if anything we do overhead, guys who are very stiff in their lats and they have poor shoulder flexion, they're gonna get stuck here, and they're gonna compensate with that lumbar spine. Not to mention, with that depressed shoulder girdle, it's just gonna be bone on bone, and they're gonna get impingement, torn labrums in their shoulders, and a lot of bad stuff happening. So, a really simple corrective drill that we like to use is what we call a forearm wall slide. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna come up to the wall, and really what we're focusing on here is trying to get a little bit more posterior tilt of the shoulder blades, and just kind of cueing that proper upper rotation of the shoulder blades. So here we're going to go forearms against the wall, and you're going to right foot forward, and what we're going to do is we're going to kind of slide out to 135 degrees, and we're going to kind of reach for that ceiling, reach, get that slight shrug without compensating with that lumbar spine arching out of the way. So we're going to go up, reach. And when we get up there, we're going to lift off slightly, and then we're going to slide right back down. So again, we're going to slide up, and once those elbows get to about shoulder height, we're going to start reaching, kind of getting that light shrug in there, and then we're going to lift off, and we're going to come down. So that's a really good exercise that we like to use in the beginning of a training session through someone's dynamic warm-up and after their foam rolling, just to kind of cue the upper traps and try to improve that upward rotation. And not to mention, as far as shoulder-friendly stuff, again, if someone's pretty depressed and extended and they have a hard time getting their arms over their head, they really have no business doing anything lifting over their head. So whether we're talking about military presses, snatches over the head, or really anything over their head. Because to me, people have to earn the right to do their overhead pressing. So another shoulder-friendly exercise we can do is just what we call a landmine press. So you're just going to take your standard barbell, and even if you don't have a landmine attachment, you can put this in the corner in between two walls, and you'll be able to do the exact same thing. So all we're going to do is we're going to set up in the starting position like so, and making sure that when we set up that we're not anteriorly rotated here. So we want to make sure that shoulder is in a good proper position. We want to avoid this position and start here. So you're going to be like so. We're going to squeeze that glute. We're going to dig those heels in. Starting position is right here. And we're going to press up and come back down and stopping right there. Again, we want to avoid that position. So again, this is a landmine press. We can do a kneeling. We can go standing. We can go standing split stance. So that's a really excellent exercise. It's a quote-unquote overhead press, but it's a little bit more shoulder-friendly version of doing that. So give that a try. Give that corrective exercise a try, and let me know how it goes.